So since we are now you'll definitely see a difference. Yeah? So, welcome everyone, and I'll pass it over to Manya to introduce the first chant.
Hello everyone, welcome. So this first chant, we're gonna say it together. It has about 3 words, I believe. So the first one is Shri Ram,
Shri Ram,
Jai Ram,
Jai Ram,
and then it goes Sita Ram,
Sita Ram,
Sita Ram,
Sita Ram,
Jaya Jaya,
Jaya Jaya,
Sita Ram.
Sita Ram.
You guys are pros. Alright, so first set we'll do it in a call and response style. We have our amazing band here. We have some kartals, and then we have something called mridanga, which is like a drum. And then we have some backup singers, and we also have a bass guitarist, which is super fancy. Shri Ram Jai Ram One more time with our heart.
So now we will enter into the second part of our program. As you know, we'd like to infuse our program with some wisdom. Today I'm very honored to bring in someone whose life is the path of discovery, reflection, transformation. When he was of his age, Jasper, like in 20s, he started exploring the path which is beyond materialism, right? He wanted to know something deeper. And on that path, he found a teacher, Prabhupada, in 1970. And he explored that path. By 1975, he became a very serious practitioner of the path of Bhakti Yoga. And on the journey, then he found his now beautiful wife, married for like now 50 years, I don't know.
Not quite that.
Not quite that, okay, not quite that, they're getting there.
We will be there if we live long enough.
So, long time they've been married and they have practiced it together. They have discovered the life. He has done a lot of social service, teaching, inspiring people all around the world. So he was just visiting here and we are just lucky to have him. So please welcome Drista. He's sitting just on the corner. And he will be talking. You can bring the chair.
Oh, maybe I can just move around.
You can bring the chair. Prabhu, give it to him. Yeah. So, put the chair in. So today he will be talking through his life experience. Like who doesn't like to hear the stories, right? So he will be talking through his life experience, how, as he started walking on this path, what he discovered, how it is relevant to us today also. So it's not that in 1970s only people used to go and discover the path of self-introspection, deeper meaning, right? It's applicable today also. So please welcome. I'm very, very honored, sir. Please, thank you.
Om Jnana-timirandasya Ganan-Ganan-Shalakaya Chakshu-Unmilitam-Yena Tasmai Shri-Gurave Namaha.
Krishna consciousness. And, you know, it's nothing new. It's not new. The mantras we were just chanting are very, very old. But they were locked up in India for a very, very long time, and they weren't available to us in this part of the world. In the 1960s, actually there was a lot of movement of raising consciousness. And we, of course, we've heard so much about certain high points, you know, the Beatles and the hippie revolution, etc. But one thing one thought came to my mind was that a little lesser known band in the 60s, they were well known and they've been completely forgotten. They were called the Seekers. And that was that was really kind of the mood at the time, developing at a time of a lot of strife and social unrest and war, etc. It sounds like today. That young people were looking for something more than simply what was being offered to them by the world, by the society. And so we were looking, we were searching. And at that same time, unbeknownst to any of us, was a very, very wise and devoted and scholarly, and I would say adventurous teacher. And his name was A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. We called him Srila Prabhupada. And in the mid-1960s, Srila Prabhupada decided to make a very, very bold move. He was coming from a place in India, a holy place, a town, city named Vrindavan, and there he had everything he needed to be completely connected to the spiritual energy. He was able to sit in a quiet place at a temple and chant a mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And he was completely connected with the spiritual divine energy, Sri Krishna. But he decided, because he'd been given an instruction by his teacher, that he would take this very secret, it's called the secret of all secrets in the holy book called the Bhagavad Gita. He brought this secret to the West. And he came at a time when people were very open to new ideas. So many new ideas were being presented in the culture at the time. So Prabhupada brought this science, you could call it a science of self-realization. Because actually we're really meant to understand much more than simply the mechanical processes or the psychological processes or the biological processes of our life. For the soul, there's no birth or death. And everyone in this room has existed for all times and will exist for all times. We just don't realize it. And Prabhupada wanted to teach this secret to everyone. It's not a religion. It's not sectarian. It's a fact. 2 + 2 is 4. That's a simple little formula. And then there's more complicated mathematical formula. If you're smart enough, you may know how to, you may understand the calculus, or you may be able to do different kinds of very, very abstract mathematical proofs. So there's proof, there's truth beyond simply what we see in our everyday life from the mind or the senses. But this is understood not through some sort of intellectual process. It's not understood through some we can't understand it through AI. It comes from the heart. And so Prabhupada wanted to teach us how to reach the heart. And the heart actually is meant to connect with God, with the divine energy that is pervading everything. As I say, we've lived forever and we will live forever, we just don't realize it. Now, we were just chanting mantras, Sita Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Sita Ram. And these sound vibrations are holy sound vibrations, spiritual sound vibrations that have been locked up. Well, they were locked up in India for a long, long time. But Prabhupada brought this mantra and other mantras which connect us to our original being, which is connected ultimately with God, with the spiritual energy for eternity. Now, this is the philosophical part, but Prabhupada came to America, he steps off a boat, never been here before, and he ends up, to make a long story short, with no money, hardly any contacts, doesn't know anybody, he's in New York City. And he's in New York City at a time when everybody is flocking there, lots of young people, and they don't have very good habits. And they don't really know very much about spiritual life. But they're interested, and they're asking questions, and Prabhupada's there, and he's got answers. Not answers like, I can tell you, how to do this or that, or how to become a psychologist or a doctor, or how to end the conflict in Vietnam. But he's there with answers about who are you? Why am I here? Why do I feel this way? Why am I empty? Why is it that I have so much but I don't have anything? When Prabhupada came in 1965, I was a youngster, I was only 13, so I wasn't really going to be running off to see my guru. But as time went on, somehow or other, Prabhupada's, his followers, they were everywhere. And so starting, it was described by Damodar Prabhu, in about 1970, I started getting books from devotees and seeing devotees and hearing the mantra chanted. And I was very curious, and finally, in 1975, I had the opportunity to actually meet my guru. And by meeting my guru, I actually understood, he actually helped me understand my real purpose in life. And the real purpose in life I came to fully realize was to unfold who I really was through the process of what we just been doing, Kirtan. Kirtan is an ancient science. It's an ancient, I actually would call it an artistic, poetic science. Because it's not the science of numbers and formulae. But it is a science in the sense that it's done in a certain way, at a certain time, and certain kinds of atmospheres are better. It's better to do it in a nice yoga studio where we are all together and can concentrate on the mantra. However, maybe some of you have seen devotees on the street corners. We bring it out everywhere because we know that if someone hears this Hare Krishna mantra, that their spiritual energy, their spiritual consciousness will be raised. And that's actually what I did for many years as a young man following Srila Prabhupada. We would travel around the United States and we would go to universities and we would go to different places where there were mostly young people, and we would put on performances or exhibitions of mantra chanting, very similar to what we're doing here. Because it's not just one time or one generation or one group that decides, I want to know the truth, but it's ongoing. It's ongoing. We're all, we have this, there is this, well, it's an illusion, but it's an illusion that we actually live through. The illusion of time passing. And it's certainly, you know, it's a strong illusion in the sense that we do get older, and we do have results of getting older. And there is a result in all living entities that we're mortal. At least this material body is mortal. It doesn't work forever. But that spark of life in the heart, this spark of life is eternal. And it's through the opening of the heart to the sound of the names of God, of the names of these spiritual mantras, that we begin to understand, at least theoretically at first, that yes, this body may not last forever, but I, the soul, last forever. I've never died. There has been birth, but this is the birth of a body. There will be death. That's the death of a body. But Prabhupada came and he gave us this understanding that actually beyond this temporary world is the eternal world. And so my whole life I've been having the opportunity, along with my wife and other devotees, to talk to people about Krishna consciousness, to present different aspects of Krishna consciousness. And in the beginning, of course, the best way to become Krishna conscious is to simply chant together, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And then in this way, gradually, it becomes clear to us that we're far more than simply a man or a woman, a Russian or an American, or black or white. These are designations. They last for a while. I had a designation once, 50 years ago, young man. Now I've got a designation now of old man. I don't have any choice in the matter. Prabhupada used to laugh about this. He used to say, I'm an old man, but I feel just as young as I did when I was a boy. Because the boy, the being inside me has never gotten old. I'm eternal. I'm always young. You know, this is one of the important points that we learn when we practice Bhakti Yoga. We have a realization that the spiritual world is a lot of fun. It's a place where we experience life in what's called ecstasy. And that God, He's also a being in ecstasy. And we are in ecstasy with God. And it's not even as we become more clear about spiritual life, it's not even theoretical. It's not like we think, well, maybe it's like this or maybe it's like that. Well, we know actually at these moments of time when we really experience, like during a kirtan, maybe some of you can experience this. You're Sitaram, Sitaram, and you close your eyes and you're feeling a sort of peace which is different than the peace you would feel if you were simply, you know, in a nice, you know, vibrating chair in your house, you know, flipping through some channels. It's a different peace. Maybe that peace is there. I mean, people look for peace in different ways, and it's not really peaceful very long, because everything's temporary. Because if we look for happiness through our senses, it's temporary. But when we find it in the soul, then that's the real peace. So that's what Prabhupada was asking us to experience. He was saying, I'm opening this up for you. I'm giving this to you. He said, try it. Try chanting. And he would, and And he would take his Krishna consciousness everywhere. In fact, in the very beginning, he was faced with a lot of difficulties because he was one person in a big city. And he was not a New Yorker. He was a foreigner. And he had a few followers, but not too many. So he made a decision one day to simply go out to a park called Thompson Square Park, and sit down under a big tree. And he didn't even have a mridanga. These are and we make mridangas now, so this is like a fancy Western version. They're originally like a clay drum. They're really like tabla that you can walk around with. They got the small head and the big head. Anyway, he didn't even have one of those. He just had a little bongo drum. One of these things you buy at some kind of dollar store. They used to call them in the old days 5 and 10 stores. That means nickel and dime stores, but that was when a nickel and dime had some value. So anyway, he had his little drum, and he had a few followers, and he just started chanting. And he chanted and chanted and chanted for a number of hours. And there's pictures of all these people around him. And there's all sorts of different classes of people. Because it was in a neighborhood which was, at one time, an immigrant neighborhood with a lot of Polish and Eastern European people there. There were some older folks from the Eastern Europe there. You see old ladies and men. And then you see some Puerto Rican folks over here, and you see some hippies over here, and you see some black guys over here, and it's it's New York City. It's a real melting pot of humanity, and he just sings. He just sings, and he stops in the middle and gives a little explanation about this sound vibration is the holy sound vibration which is coming down from the spiritual sky, which is meant to give us all an understanding of our real spiritual nature and our relationship with God. He's keeping it very simple. I mean, we can get very philosophical, but really, God is not philosophy. God is a person who has a relationship with us. And philosophy may help, but really, the most important thing is to have a soft heart and an open mind. And so he would speak this way, and when he would go back to his little temple, he called it, it was a little storefront in New York. It was called 26, it was at 26 2nd Avenue, New York. And it had previously been a gift shop.
Matchless gifts.
A matchless
I
gifts.
love that name.
Yeah, you know that name. So he kept the name because, Krishna consciousness is matchless gifts. It was once a curio shop, but it became the world headquarters of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Prabhupada thought big. In fact, some of his early disciples said, what's Swamiji calling this, our society, the International Society for Krishna Consciousness? Aren't we just a little, if you see, it's a very small little shop. We actually have a center there now. And, it was located right on a busy street, 2nd Avenue, which was down in an area of town which is better now than it was then. But, there were unsavory type characters, but Prabhupada never cared about who they were or where they were coming from. There's a famous story about he's giving a lecture one day, and well, for lack of a better word, a bum, a homeless person, a person who was, anyway, he comes in and he looks around, he says, I'll be back. And then he comes in a few minutes later, and he brings toilet paper and paper towels, and he takes them into the bathroom and puts them down, and he feels very happy because he's given some service. And Prabhupada says, just see, he says, he's out of order, but his heart is in the right place. So, these are the kind of people that Prabhupada touched. He touched everyone who he came in touch with. And this is the really important point of what we have these associations for, is that all of us together we give each other strength as to, on the path of Krishna consciousness. You know, certain types of yoga require really kind of going off into a place by yourself. Well, there's a place for that. There may be a time during the day when you want to be quiet and chanting. We can do some private meditation on beads. But most of the time we want to be together with others and share this love and joy. Share the kirtan, share some of the moments of realization through our philosophical discussions. And so this bhakti yoga process is one of really becoming part of a family of spiritual seekers. Prabhupada gives the example. He says that in the spiritual world, everyone is together and they're happy in service to God. And we're practicing that when we practice bhakti yoga here. And so, you know, it's 2025 now, almost 2026. It's 60 years since Srila Prabhupada came. And that seems like a long time. But it's really not a long time. Because human nature doesn't really change. We all have the same needs. If we go back thousands of years, we find that people want to know where to find love, how to repose their love in something, how to understand who they really are, not just what my designation is, man or woman, like I said before. And therefore, how many of you have here heard of Lord Chaitanya? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Some of you, okay. And therefore, Srila Prabhupada, he actually comes and he's the representative of this great personality. You know this kirtan we're doing? Lord Chaitanya. He appeared in the Middle Ages in Bengal, in India. And he just told everyone, chant the Lord's holy names. Chant and be happy. And he handed down this teaching to his disciples, and they handed it down to their disciples, and it came down all the way through a succession until it came to Srila Prabhupada, and then he did something that no one else did. It was in India, and now he brought it to the rest of us. So now here I am, talking to you about my experiences as a young person, and many of you now are young. You're just in the same place was at, just a little time separated. But young and old, rich or poor, we all have the same desire to find that ultimate pure love. That love that doesn't become tainted with any sort of material inebriety. Something that, like, it's described like, if you've got a really nice bowl of rice pudding, it's really tasty. But if there's a little sand in it somehow doesn't really satisfy. So the happiness of the material world may be really tasty, but there's always a little sand in it. We want to find that pure happiness that becomes that we will be able to enjoy for all time. So we'll continue some more chanting now. I'm going to ask if there's any questions or any comments. I mean, I could go on and it might be just boring, but the things I'm saying don't make any sense even. Yes, sir.
I just wanted to know, how did you come across Sri Prabhupada?
Okay.
Like,
So, you know, I'll go back to the point when I was a little kid. I mean, I can tell you deeply that I really feel that in a previous life I wasn't an American. I probably lived somewhere else, like in India. But because even as a little kid, I had these spiritual longings, and by the time I was 12, I was already feeling, you know, I don't really see Christianity or the things that I've grown up with really filling my needs. And I was reading lots of books about Eastern philosophy and culture and Buddhism, Hinduism. And it came the fact that I went off through high school and college, and I came to kind of like an existential crisis, which was, you know, I mean, this I guess maybe happens to people still today. I looked at my parents and said, you know, I can't do this. The dull kind of life of conventional America, circa 1970. I never watched it, but you may have seen Mad Men, you know, that world. I wasn't going to go there. That wasn't for me. I saw through it, and so I started looking for a teacher, and I went through a lot of different paths. I prayed to Jesus very, very sincerely for a guru, and actually, you know, it was after one particularly dark night of the soul, praying to Jesus, and I needed to find a guru, that it was like 3 weeks later that I met someone who eventually introduced me to Prabhupada just a few weeks after that. And it was just a matter of, you know, this was the culmination of my search, that when I met Prabhupada, it was like, this is the person I'm supposed to meet. It was, in fact, I said to a person who I was also, he and I lived in the same apartment, different room, different place, but we both came to the conclusion we wanted to find spiritual life. And I said, you know, I said to him, I said, Bill, you know, I never thought about Krishna consciousness, you know, in the way I thought about it in the last few days, because we met this person. I said, but it fits like a glove. It was just the right thing for me. Now, there are other paths. I'm not saying, you know, we're not exclusively saying that what we have is the only truth, the only, you know, I mean, we're not going to make that statement. But I'll make a statement here that you know, this product works for me and I recommend it to others. But so you know, I met Prabhupada, that, you know, and from there, you know, everything just became clear because of his guidance. You know, I had an opportunity to spend time with him, not as much time as some of his early disciples, and get instructions from him, and I hold him in my heart for my whole life. And for what it's worth, you know, there's different initiated disciples of different gurus here in our movement. Every one of us, you know, we have some stories to tell, and we're glad to share with others about how we came to Krishna consciousness. It's always new. It's always new. And it's always there, you know, it's right there. As Krishna says, it's a secret, but it's an open secret. You just have to go to the right place and see how the secret works. Yes.
Prabhu, thank you for sharing your wisdom. It's beautiful. And first time I'm meeting someone who had met Prabhupada. As a guru, how was your experience? Was he very strict? Was he like, you know, pray for so much?
Okay.
How was that experience with
Prabhupada was an all-pervading energy. But I can tell you this, that the first disciples who came in the 1960s had very close relationships with him. I mean, close relationships. Like there were only like 7 or 8 of them, or 10. By the time I became a devotee, it was 10 years after the original, and there were a lot of us, but it was before the internet. It was before, I mean, you know, it took 3 weeks for a letter to go from India to America, you know, but Prabhupada pervaded everything. So we always felt that Prabhupada was with us because of his big personality. And then whenever I had an opportunity, I would try to make arrangements to be where he was. So in the summertime, he would always be in America. So I was actually, a group of us, young men, we would drive around the country and distribute books different places. And we were actually told to go to certain places. And I had a spiritual guide who would always tell me, you know, you need to be here and there. But then I would just go wherever Prabhupada was. And he would say, you're not supposed to be in Detroit, you're supposed to, no, but Prabhupada's here. He said, but I told you, you know, I said, I'm going wherever Prabhupada is. So I would just follow him around as much as I could. And I had the opportunity to, see many of his classes or sit in small settings with him. I never had the courage to ask him a question directly. But he answered all my questions because he lives in he wrote so many books, and he lives in his books. So even at that time, I could go, if I had a question, open up the book and it would be the answer. So I have this relationship with Prabhupada, and actually every one of you can also have a relationship with a person like Prabhupada because they're so powerful. They're trans physical. There's some fancy words. There's a word called vapu, which means personal association, and vani, which means the association you get from a person from beyond the physical, but it's an energy, and the energy we get from him is through his books or through his tapes. We can be with him anytime. And as far as being strict, Prabhupada was hard like a thunderbolt when he had to be, but he was soft as a rose. In other words, sometimes if someone's going to, if you're on the rooftop of someplace and someone's walking back to take a selfie or something and they're going to fall off the top of the roof, you might have to yell at them. Hey, watch out. So Prabhupada would do that. But at the same time, he was always nurturing. Always nurturing. He would give his love in a way, and any devotee who ever had an experience with him who was a little sharp, said, immediately forgotten. He had to say something to get someone on track but immediately forgotten. So that's the real sign of a really wonderful person who can give some instructions, but he gives mostly love. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm going a little too long. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Okay, so now we're going to do more kirtan. Otherwise, we'll be here all night.
Thank you.
Okay, now be your turn.
So, okay, sure, yeah. So I can put on the chair, yeah. You're going to sing?
I'm just thinking that she'll sing after me.
Okay, so the okay, can you just she will also be the moderator.
Someone will play the gun. Someone want to
Yeah.
play the gun? I mean, I can play.
You want to do it?
this will kind of lead into it. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Kristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namaste Namo Vishnu Padaya
Hare Krishna, Krishna
nice drum.
Thank you for the opportunity to
Yeah.
share a little bit with
Thank you.
everybody, and we are
Hare
around, so you can feel free to ask questions or how do you say, express your innermost thoughts. Hare Krishna.
Alright, thank you for that amazing talk and kirtan. And we're going to end our night with one more mantra. And we'll say it together so we all know and we can chant it together. So it's on the screen. So I'll say the first word and then we can all repeat. So it's Krishna,
Krishna,
Govinda,
Govinda,
Gopala,
Gopala,
Nandalal.
Nandalal,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Govinda,
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 Gopala,
Gopala,
Nandalal.
Nandalal.
It's a tongue twister, but I promise you we'll all chant it together and we'll get it. So we'll do it as a call and response style. Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopala Nandalal Govinda Govinda Gopala Nandalal. Everyone, Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopala Nandalal Govinda Govinda Gopala Nandalal.
Gopala,
Hey Gopal Nandlal
So first we'd like to, to run any event, there's folks who are behind the scene. So, the food is a big part. We are like a lot of introduce the Kirtania and say thank you to them. So we have Bryant on the drum. We have Harita in the backup singer. And Manya, who is just visiting here, she was here. And from Harika. And our wonderful Jasper. The biggest round of applause will go to Drishta, who was here. And who was doing the job in the Kirtan. And Rudrani's wonderful wife. Thank you for coming here and spending time with us and sharing with us.
Thank you for allowing us to be here.
Thank you very much.
And next one.
So we have the community spotlight. So time to time, we would like to give the spotlight to a few folks who have really contributed to the community through their act, through their love. So today we have Suan. Very good. Yeah, the shy one. She's on this side, very shy, behind the scene. But she's, she's all the plants and all. She's the one who takes care of it. And time to time, she makes the donations and just gives her love, right? So she's a wonderful, wonderful community member. We all love her. We'd like to talk about the event which is happening tomorrow, Mandala Art and Yoga Workshop. It will be a wonderful event. There is a good number of registration. If you're not registered, still you can come and join 4:30 to 6 p.m. Tomorrow, right? And you can scan it. And then in the new year, we will, that we try to, of course, there's a Kirtan. This is our signature program which we do every Saturday, unless we are in a break, which will be. We'll be starting a new beginning bhakti series. We have done four iteration of this. This is the 5th iteration. We'll be going to some of the topic which will give you what bhakti yoga encapsulates, why it is a way of life, and if you really want to live this, what are some of those concepts like harmonizing body-mind, the pursuit of happiness, consciousness, right? What is consciousness? And everything will be discussed. It's for discussion based, and it's very scientifically we bring all the points. Okay. We are collecting the feedback, end of year feedback. We'd love to hear how we can improve, what you like, what are some of the things you would like to be added, or if you want anything. So please do scan this code and share. This is also on our notice board here. You can go and scan it and you can provide the feedback. We are really looking for that feedback. And so here, our next Kirtan will be starting on January 10th. Then the Saturday after that, the 17th, and the Saturday, again there's a typo. Then 24th, January 24th. So it's a week after week, every Saturday. This will continue. We will encourage you to join our community. That's where we make all the announcements. Anything new coming, for example, this year, for the first time from the Bhakti Studio, we are taking a small group of community members to India on an India retreat. So we are already opening the retreat for 2027. If you are interested, we would like to come with us to India and spend there. Want to immerse yourself, right, in the wisdom. So definitely recommended. Anything else? That's it. So thank you very much again. So to the best part, what we'll do for the food, you'll go through this door and then you'll come back from the entrance and then you'll get your food and then you all can come and sit and eat. All right? So thank you very much to each and every of you. Thanks.